So welcome back, guys. Here, um, so here, okay, we have to return with the um, arrow function key. So I missed the arrow function key here. That's why it's been showing the error. So we have to do user login request field, user login request success, user login request success. Yeah, in the error we have to say the dispatch TYP type user login request field, and then as a payload data will be PAYLOAD. Payload data will be something error dot RESPONSE error dot respond dot data dot data dot MESSAG here ERR. Okay, error dot respond dot data dot message, and yeah, so we will have the our login action. So I will do for the user logout action. So this one will be for user logout action. So we will do the same thing, export export for user logout ACTI1 action, and then we will do the asynchronous dispatch and the arrow key. Okay, so inside this we will use the we will remove from the user information from the local storage. So I will show you with the user interface later on when we are going this part. Okay, so local storage dot remove item. So we save user info. So this user info has been saved in the local storage. That's why we want to remove from the storage. Dispatch. After this, we will say dispatch. Type will be user logout. Okay, so user logout, and then we will say we will redirect DOCUME and the document dot location dot href to where to / login. So after user logout, we have to redirect to the user to the login page. That's why I wrote like this. And user, oh, not the default, CONST const. We have to be with the const, and then I have to do with the arrow function key, not equal. Okay, so trying to follow the arrow function key. So this is for the user logout action. After that, we will say register. Okay, we are going to be finished. So for the authentication part is now register. Okay, let's do the same thing. Export const user register register action. So we will define with the arrow function key using asynchronous the SPDCH dispatch, and then again with the arrow function key. So from here, for the register user register, like the user login, we will receive username, email, and password as well. So we will say here username, email, PSSWRD, password. So we will receive 3 data across the parameter when we call this user register function. So in here I will say try and the cadch catch error. Okay, so for now I will say c1 console.log error. So inside the try we will say dis dispatch. The type will be user register request. Then we will do another config for the header. You can send the config when you using a post at the same time, or you can do separately like cons con config like me, no problem. So we will say header. Inside the header I will copy the same thing here. So we'll say here content content type application JSON. So we will use that config when we use about the same thing like this. Okay, so I will copy and then I will paste in here. So in this time we will only say user, not login. Okay, API select users. So we will send through the username. I think name. Yeah, so name. Let me go and check in the user. Maybe we don't have. In the model we have user model name. Yes, only name, no username, so no problem. So we will say name, and then so we got name, email, password, and config. After that we dispatch the user request user register EGISTER underscore request success below with the data, and then we will do the same thing. After user register successfully, we will dispatch the user login success. Okay, so at the same time we want the user login after register successful, so like this. So after that we will be doing the same thing, local storage set ident user info, and then we'll save into our local storage. After that I will do if it is user register fail, I will dispatch the error message here. So I will say REGISTER request failed, and then like this. So this is pretty much about the user authentication review. So let's collaborate with the integrate with the user UI inside the client pages auth login. So first I would like to do register. Okay, so here instead of username I will say name, and then this one will be type test and require. Okay, so here we'll do login using register. Register login using register. Okay, so first of all we have to do a couple of things here in order to work with the form. So I would define here like we have three things: name, email, and password. We have to use this time use state from the React. So I would define const email, so and then set email. This one will be use state. First of all, it will be null, so there is no value inside it. Okay, as you see, we have import use state from the React, and the same thing like password and username. So I will say name and then set name, and this one will be PASSWRD, PASSWRD, set PASSWRD. Okay, so we have to do another thing. We have to use selector and call our user register reducer. Okay, so const user register reducer reducer user selector cd use selector, I mean use SELE use selector. Inside it we will have state 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 with the arrow function state dot user register reducer. So this is the use selector. So a part of the reduce store state and computing drive data. As you see, it is like a more like a current state and return a part of state or some driven data. When you have a state, the state change, like when you make action. So at this time, the use selector always watching that state change, and then it assign the value according to the reduce that we build. That's why we use that. And then I will define loading variable and error and the error and the user info. So these will be getting from user register reducer. So after that we have to use dispatch. Okay, so const dispatch use dispatch. So at this time we'll not use effect. Why? Because we won't fetch any data from the server instantly when we call this register UI. We need to wait user action to accomplish the register. Okay, that's why we don't use effect here. We use only like submit. After user submit the file, so the action start become. That's why I will create the submit handler function here. Okay, MIT handler handler equal any variable value e as it assigned like here, and then e dot prevent default prevent. So and then we will dispatch dispatch and user register action. So this one with the name, email, and the password. So we just created here. So we will assign that value set email according to the state. And then why I use e.prevent default. So when we submit the file always submit to the server. So we don't want to submit the file data instantly to the server. That's why I use e.prevent default. We want to submit the data according to our user register action from the register. That's why we use that for now. So dispatch, after that we go. So here, like we do at the product component, product DD, so we have to all the time validate like this. Okay, so we have to all the time load in error. So we have to validate this, and then after the UI, all remember this. So like here, I will make to make more clear, I will say like this. Inside that, so we check loading. If it is loading, we will say loading. You can do a beautiful UI like loading UI or something. I just type text here, and then if it is error, we show the error with the H1, and the rest inside that bracket, we will add our found UI all the time like this. Before it, we can use like this. It's a kind of warp all the code together inside this tag. So yeah, so inside that, I would say if I have name. So input and the value will be the name that we created above, and the on change, we will have on chain when we type something inside that file. We call set name because we just created set name e.target.value. So that value that we just typed will be set as a new value inside set name here. Okay, like this, we have to do the same thing for the email and say value, say email this time, and then target.email. Okay, so we got our email as well and the password. So this one will be no, sorry, my bad. So here password and the set password. So this one will be set email. So after everything has been set up, we have to submit the form. So we go a little bit up. We have form tag here, like on submit. We can say on submit handler. So that submit handler function will be called after we submit the form. So we have our button submit. Okay, fine. And we have our so check out and everything. Yeah, so let me go and check here. Register, we got the problem, sender error, content user register. Okay, one more thing, after we create the reduce, we use the multiple combine reducer. So we have to go inside the store.js, and then we have to assign our newly created reducer here. Okay, so the app will know that. So we created the a lot of register, like reducer, like user login reducer, and then user register, and then we create user login reducer and user register reducer. We only create two, right? Yeah, two. Okay, so and then what is that? Constant user.js does not provide an export name. User register request fail. Okay, so we have to go constant user reducer user okay, instead of login here, I have to change user register register. Then okay, I make mistake here. It should be login here, it should be register here. Okay, so this is the action. Okay, inside the action we got error here, user register request fail. If it is user register request fail, yeah, why, what's that? User register request fail. Yeah, I have the user register success, user register fail. Okay, user register fail, no request. So we have to bring in the here register req and then req. So we have to be the value should be the same. Okay, if not we will have like error like me. You will have error like me. Register request fit the if the module does not provide, okay, here as well, REQ, yeah. So after these, we are good to go. So so we just what we just do is we just register our reducer in the store as well, and we fix the typo in the constant, user constant, under the redu. Okay, so I think we will test. Okay, test and user, and then user at gmei@gmail.com 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, submit. Okay, submit. Let me go and check. Nothing is there, which means that we didn't log in successfully. So user.gmail.com and user, if I submit and post user event, select 500 internet server. Okay, so we post there and then we got 500 internet server. So in our API, email is required. Okay, so email is required. It's telling me that. Okay, so when we do register.jsa set password, target of value. Okay, EMEIN. Oh, here value. Target of value, not email. Sorry, my bad. So let's go and check again. User at gmail.com and the date 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay. Okay, let me go and check. Yeah, so as you see, user at gmail.com and password and is at admin is 4. So we have created one new user here, so we can log in. Okay, so I will close for now this and this one. So user, after user is registered, I will show you the data we store. Is we go to the application and then look at storage. Inside the local storage, you will see user info is there. Okay, so I will make a little bit bigger. So user info is there and previous root. So we as I told you, we use reduce persistor. What means that we store our reduce data inside the local storage. That's why previous reducer we use for it. So it is storing every reducer, okay, parallel list, or so it's storing inside our local storage. So user info is also storing here, so which means that user is authenticated in this session local storage. So we know that authentication by doing that. So we'll go back and we have to fix other things a little bit. So let's go to app.jsx. Inside here, what I want to do is inside the f function, I will check user is registered or not. Here, const user login IEDUC register equal use selector. Okay, to check the state of the state with the arrow function key, state dot user login register. User login register, we will have the user info, const user info equal user login register. So if we have the user info, which means that which means that we are already logged in. Okay, so I will do like inside the element, instead of directly going to the login, I will say user info is exit. I will navigate to the home. Okay, so I will say and avngate navigate to home as I would say login. So I have to import then navigate and avngate, yeah, from the real router DOM. So we have navigate, where is that? Okay, here navigate real router DOM. So like this we have to use as for the register as well. So I would say if the user info is there, I use the if condition using the question mark and the full colon, so we can use that way. If user info is there, I would say go to home instead of going register. So doing that, we know that user is registered or not. Okay, cool. Let me go and check. Yeah, so as you see, user is registered. That's why it's going to the home, and we will make changes later on here for the header. So this is pretty much about for today's video, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.